Scope 3 emissions. The value chain greenhouse gas emissions you do not directly control, and the category that typically makes up 75% of a company's total carbon footprint. In the next few minutes, we cover what Scope 3 actually covers, why it is the hardest scope to measure, the 15 categories the GHG Protocol defines, and what CSRD and SBTi expect in 2026. Let's get started. Let us start with the core idea behind Scope 3 emissions. Here are the essentials of Scope 3 emissions in plain language, what it is and why it was introduced. Scope 1 is what you burn directly. Scope 2 is the electricity you buy. Scope 3 is everything else, your suppliers, your products in use, your business travel, your investments. 8 upstream categories: purchased goods, capital goods, fuel-related activities, transportation, waste, business travel, commuting, leased assets. 7 downstream: transportation, processing, product use, end-of-life, leased assets, franchises, investments. For most manufacturers, Scope 3 is 60 to 90% of total emissions. For financial institutions, Scope 3 Category 15 investments could be hundreds of times bigger than Scopes 1 and 2 combined. Direct emissions you measure with your own meters. Scope 3 you estimate from supplier reports, industry averages, and spend-based factors. Data quality is the central problem. Now let us look at why Scope 3 emissions matters in practice. Here is where Scope 3 emissions shows up in real products, teams, and decisions. O corpo orate sustainability reporting directive demand the Scope 3 disclosure. Wave 1 companies are reporting now. Wave 2 and 3 follow on the post-omnibus timeline. If you commit to a science-based target through the SBT, you must include Scope 3 if it is at least 40% of your total. Most companies hit that threshold. Not all 15 categories matter for every business. Spend a quarter on materiality assessment before building data pipelines for categories that turn out to be marginal. Better calculation software does not fix bad supplier data. Supplier engagement programs, surveys, incentives, audits are the bottleneck for credible Scope 3. Let us recap the key takeaways on Scope 3 emissions and what to do next. Upstream suppliers, downstream products, financed emissions. 8 upstream, 7 downstream. Read the protocol before estimating. 60 to 90% of total emissions for most companies. Software helps. Supplier engagement is the actual constraint. That is Scope 3 emissions in a nutshell. If you found this useful, subscribe for more sustainability breakdowns. For more information, visit Standarity.com. See you in the next video.